Oh hey, Jeremy here from Long Speed Marine. I'm back playing with the Mercury, so let's get into this. Ha ha ha! All right, so now I got to remember where I left off, but we're back on the 51 Mercury here, and basically what I'm going to be doing. So last time I got the pedals sorted out and where my steering column was going to be. So that's all great, that's all good, all that's going to work. So now I got to continue on building out this tunnel. So I think what I'm going to try to do is get the rest of that around the transmission hump done up there. So I'm going to have to take the seat out, take the steering column out, and all this dash back out, and yeah, carry on building that stuff. So let's get going on all this. Okay, before I pull this column out, I actually want to mark this so that I know where I'm at. So that's basically up of there. And I can't mark the bottom of the dash, but I can mark this little notch here. So I'm just making a mark on this column so I know where it's at. Again, I'm not using this column. I'm using an aftermarket one. And I hope my aftermarket one that I ordered is actually long enough now that I've got this pulled out further. So I'm going to have to check that. Actually, let's mark the back of the dash, which is right there. And then I can measure up, and hopefully that steering column I ordered is going to be the right size. Come on. Let's get this nut off. Holy moly. There we go. Ouch. Okay, gentle. Okay. Okay, so now what I want to do is start filling in this portion here of the tunnel. I'd like to get this area done and then move on to the rest of it. And once I get that done in, I can fill in the rest of it, start welding this up a little bit more, and then we'll be good to go. So, I don't know what I'm going to do here. There's a lot of curves and a lot of angles and all kinds of crazy stuff here. I'm hoping that I'm not into a whole bunch of stuff. Now that is going to change. Okay. Let's just see what we can do. I don't know what we're going to do. Alright, so you can see what's happening with the cardboard here as I try to fold it up. You can see where it's wrinkling up a bit, and well, the metal will end up probably giving me a bit of grief. So what I'm going to do is just trim this up here. The edge of my other piece is here. Oh, I know where the edge is. Comes right down there. Edge, edge. So I'll go up to here, down there. Alright, let's just trim this a bit. The less of this cardboard we have, the more it won't wrinkle like that, I'm hoping. This should give us an idea of the piece of metal we need to cut. Alright. That's right up there like that. See, this is the tricky part. Just trying to figure out, because I need it flanged to the firewall. I also need it to bend this way. It's kind of weird, isn't it? I'm going to cut this off here. I almost wonder if I'd be better without this. Maybe I'll cut that out. Something like that. And just make this piece longer. Alright, so I just need like, I don't know, even if I did it 2 inches longer there. I can always trim it back after. Alright, so I've got a piece cut out here that should hopefully work there-ish. So I made a cardboard template of that so that I can kind of manipulate this and get it in here and just see what it's going to do when I ram that in there, and maybe sort of where I have to cut it. So the big thing now is I want to know what this curve is doing. This side of here a little bit. follow that. Maybe, sorta, kinda. Yeah, it's not. Okay. I have to trim that back a bit. Okay. Obviously this cardboard will do things that the metal won't. But what I'm trying to see is how I can get this to curve a little bit. Need that to be curved out more. I'm going to cut that off there. I'm actually going to use that line. I think I'm going to cut this here. Right? Yeah. Okay. So if that goes there, like that, we get that curved over. Okay, so I'll have to line it up with this a bit better. There. Okay. So that'll work. I just need to curve that out. So if I do this, yeah. So now I'm just looking at my pattern here on my actual piece. And that's where I want to be with this piece. So what I'll do now is just trim this up to get that shape. Yeah, that'll probably work. Okay, so I'm going to go trim this again and be right back. Okay, now let's see what this is going to do. Okay, so the best way for me to go about this now is just to start tacking it in. I'm actually going to try and tack this piece a little bit better over here, and then I'll cut this little tack off and try to slide this piece in. So I'll do that now. I don't know if the gas turned on. That'll help. Okay. Okay, so I'm pretty much literally just winging this here. I mean, I am with this whole thing, but I'm shaving away at this piece to try and get me up as close as possible up here. And then maybe all I got to do is fill in this little piece, which was why I had originally made this piece. So if I push this all the way up, put this in here, like that. That piece in there. can I get this piece to cover that up? Sort of, not really. Need to get that angle there. For whatever that is. Curve. Mark that curve. All right, well, there we go. So that's in. What I'm gonna do when I take the motor back out, I'm gonna try and just close this little gap up a little bit more by hammering up on it. I should be able to do that, and I'll be able to pull over on all this stuff when I get the motor apart and just get this gap pulled over. Same thing with all around here. All right, so now I gotta do is remember exactly all of that, but completely opposite on the other side. That's going to do it for this one. Thanks for tagging along. Please make sure you subscribe, smash that like, follow along with all my builds, the Mercury and the C50, and hopefully we'll see you at a car show this summer. Thanks very much and take care.